All right, so today I am going to replace my NH-D15, which is this giant beast that, as you can see here, was not able to be oriented correctly. The fan was here blowing this way, which is kind of silly because it should be blowing this way. And there's literally no room at all. In fact, these fins are bent now for me to actually fit this in when I first got it. Well, sorry, when I got this motherboard, and then I decided to integrate it. So I went ahead, and after watching some YouTube videos, I picked up the NH-D15s, which it should fit. So we're going to find out today how that's going to work. So here's the beast after it's been removed. As you can probably see here, these fins are bent because they had to get them to fit. And the worst part about don't get me wrong, this is an amazing cooler. It's just did an outstanding job. It actually, rivals AIO coolers for sure, especially on sound and decibel levels. But basically what we got here is it's just too darn big. Like, especially the width wise, there's just not enough room. It butts up against PCI cards. Like, obviously, if you want to have your 16X graphics card in the first slot, then yeah, you're going to have problems with this getting fit. So again, we're gonna go ahead and replace it. Okay, so first things first, we took this off, and I'm just cleaning off the grease from what was there, the alcohol. Okay. So now we have a nice clean CPU. Okay. And as you can see here, what I had before was these mounting brackets were basically 90 degrees off. And so I have to rotate them back around so that they're this way. And then I won't have, since the mounting system is the same on the Noctuas, that I don't have to worry about it too much. So here's where we are now, and we'll come back in a bit. So here's what we have is, I went ahead and reoriented the brackets, the mounts, and you got to give it credit to Noctua for, this is just so easy compared to other ones. You screw this stuff on and pretty much it, it's just really, really easy to mount. And then, so once you actually put the fan, cooler unit, whatever on, you just literally have to line up these holes and turn the screws, and that's pretty much it. It's great. So we might as well do an unboxing of this NH-D15s, which is, I think maybe means means smaller. I'm not really sure. All right, typical boxes on the top. Oh no, this is it right here. This is it. Boom. And we've got our mounting kit, which ultimately all I really want out of that is the thermal paste. And yeah, that is pretty much all of it. So I'm gonna put that here for now. We're gonna go ahead and open this guy up. There we go. Okay, and then it looks like this way. Interesting. Okay. And I wonder how much bigger. I'm just wondering, like, how is it? Oh, look at that. You can see the difference in the two. If you look close, so this is the old one, the NH-D15, and it has the heat pipes and the plate centered. This one has it offset. Brilliant. So basically the same amount of cooling. The heat sinks look the same size, like it freaking gigantic, really. Yeah, wow, just huge. But now they are allowed to be mounted properly without like any grief. As you can see here again, like I had to bend this to get it to work. There's plenty of room up to that point, but if I wanted to get it to work, I had to rotate it sideways. This one, wow, look at that. So basically what that means is with everything shifted over more to this way, then you have more room for your PCI cards to go here. Also, another thing to note that's different about the NH-D15s is it only comes with one fan, but that doesn't prevent you from adding another one. I think it's totally sufficient. I may add another one. I don't know if I can get this thing to fit. Maybe I'll have two fans. Okay, so I got it in. It was a bit tricky, I have to admit. You know, I had to actually remove the graphics card to be able to get properly in here to get the fan in. You know, you may want to consider putting your, putting your fan header in first, and then leaving the fan kind of like off to the side a bit. You know, like have it like laying off here, and then put this in. It's very sturdy, and everything's great. I actually tried mounting a second fan, but there's just no room over here. This is too high up, and obviously that's too high up. So in this case, the NH-D15s is perfect for this configuration. In particular, it's perfect for this motherboard. This is the Asus Maximus 8 Extreme. And, you know, as you can see here, really, really tight tolerances. So we'll go ahead and, you know, put the graphics card back in here. I'm trying to be as gentle as possible, but there's definitely room for it to fit. And boom, all good. Perfectly good to go. Put the screws on in a bit. But as you can see, really, really, really tight tolerances here. But thanks to this guy, wow, I'm glad I switched. This now I feel a lot more comfortable about the case and how I have it set up. I mean, it's funny, I could probably even set up like a flow zone in here, different from like say the GPUs if I wanted to, but I couldn't really do that properly before because this was literally rotated in this stupid fashion. Before I had this motherboard, this fit, the NH-D15 regular fit just fine. So yeah, but then I wasn't ready for this motherboard giving me a little bit of grief. So here we go with the final installation, and everything's been running great. I've ran quite a few tests and overclock checks, and things seem to be doing quite well. I haven't really had any temperature issues. It's practically, I mean, I'm actually rendering a video right now, mostly going through the GPUs, but it's pretty much dead quiet most of the time, and there hasn't been any, you know, issues with temperatures at all. This thing is just, the NH-D15 series is just, it's so good. So if you have any hesitation about getting one, don't. If you're willing, if you have a case that can fit it, because it's literally like the size of, I feel like it's like the size of my head or somebody else's head. I don't know. It's huge. So if you have the feeling that you really want to have a great CPU cooler and not have to worry about liquid, it's the one to get. It's amazing. So I hope this helped you guys figure out what the difference between the NH-D15 and its sister or brother, however you want to look at it, the D15s, and the differences. So make sure when you're picking out your motherboard and your case, and if you decide to get one, check and make sure that which one's going to fit that case and where your GPUs go. I have a feeling getting the S version is the right choice most of the time. And I'm curious to see what Noctua does about this in the future. Well, if you like this video and if it helped you out, please give it a like. Otherwise, you know, give it a dislike if you hated it. And subscribe for more. Thanks.